Don't let it in. Each time it comes around you, don't let it win. And when it does surround you, walk on through. You can just walk away, do what I say, not what I do. You can be strong, 'cause if I'm brave, you're braver. You can't go wrong. Your heart won't ever waver. Walk on through. You can just walk away, do what I say, not what I do. The words sound pretty, but it's hard to let it go. If I can make it work, you'll be the first to know. Don't let it in. Each time it comes around you, don't let it win. And when it does surround you, walk on through. You can't just walk away, do what I say, not what I do.
God, how am I gonna say this?
Do what I say.
What?
Not what I do.
I'm married, Rosie.
Living in time and feeling every moment. Do I walk into tomorrow and never look behind? In a perfect world, everyone's dreams would all come true. What will the future hold? I wonder, what will the future hold? How will it all unfold? I wish I knew. Ooh, I wish I knew.
Who's first?
Luan Maguire, section 475. She used the credit card to charge a television.
Did they get it back?
Still in the box.
Any priors?
Just one cocaine possession. She made her probation clean, but they found a crack pipe when they searched her apartment.
Thanks, Barbara. Luan Maguire? I'm Rosie O'Neill with the Public Defender's Office. I'll be defending you.
Hi.
Hey, how far along are you?
Almost 6 months. Do you think I have a chance?
Well, today's just your arraignment, Luan. The DA's going to ask for high bail. I'll ask for low bail.
No, I mean my case. I don't want to have my baby in jail.
Well, I want to investigate the arrest first. But even if it sticks, there's no connection with your old crime, and the merchandise can be returned. Now, tell me about the crack pipe that they found.
It's not mine. I have 4 roommates. There are a lot of people in and out.
Good. If they can't prove that it was yours, then they usually give probation with a case like this.
So I do have a chance.
We'll do our best. I'll be back to talk to you later. Who's next?
Ellen Barrett. Grand theft auto, concealed weapon, and resisting arrest.
Ellen Barrett?
Your Honor, the defendant is charged with credit card fraud in violation of 475 of the California Penal Code. When the police searched her apartment, they found a cracked cocaine pipe in plain view of the stolen property. The defendant is nearly 6 months pregnant, Your Honor. Since we have reason to suspect drug use, the people request a continuance until the defendant has taken a blood test.
That's ridiculous, Your Honor. My client is facing no drug charges. I don't see how...
Wait a minute.
Just hold on a second. What's the purpose of the test, Mr. Delgado?
If she fails, the people plan to amend the charges to include a violation of Section 273.
Child endangerment? Your Honor, one charge has nothing to do with the other. My client is accused of using a stolen credit card. She's not a flight risk. She's very serious about her pregnancy, and she deserves to be released immediately on her own recognizance. The state can't just order a drug test on a whim.
We believe the crack pipe establishes probable cause for the test, Your Honor. It's for the protection of the preborn child.
It appears that my colleague has forgotten our rights under the 4th and 5th Amendments.
I'm talking about the baby's rights.
Okay, you two. Since drug paraphernalia was found within the scope of the warrant, I will go along with Mr. Delgado's request.
Your Honor, this not only violates my client's right against self-incrimination.
If you don't like it, file an appeal. Now, I'm going to schedule another bail hearing after the results of the drug tests are in. Next case, People versus Gruska, Jada.
Pass that test, Miss O'Neill. I'm in recovery.
Good. Then we shouldn't have anything to worry about.
Then why do you look so worried?
Oh, good. You're still here.
It's your imagination. After 5 o'clock, you don't see me and I don't see you.
I just need 1 minute.
Rosie, your friend Peter Donovan called again. What is he, some kind of a tropical fungus? He just won't go
Good
away?
night, Carole.
You give him the message, huh?
What, my personal life is your business now?
Professional follow-up. You did harm me to check him out. You didn't give him the message.
As a matter of fact, I did. I told him I didn't want to see him anymore.
Not so he got it. You want my advice?
No.
Tell him again. This time, mean it. The bum's married. You don't need that.
Fine. So what'd you come up with today?
My master's a whole lot of nothing. Jellin, they got the whole robbery on videotape, so give up on him. He's toast.
Try not to enjoy this so much.
I got 3 eyewitnesses who saw the bouncer at Moran's throw the first punch. Your client was an innocent bystander.
Will they testify?
Yeah.
Well, good, Kovac. You came up with some information that could actually help a client.
We aim to please.
What about Luan Maguire?
What about her?
She was supposed to be at the top of your list. I need to know if I can beat the search.
You can't. I know the cop who made it, Sierra. Goes by the book more than any cop in the department.
You're telling me they didn't open one more door or look in one more cabinet than they had to after they found the television?
That's right. The crack pipe was lying right there on top of the coffee table. Smoke that one.
Great.
What's wrong?
Search was good on the Maguire case.
Why so glum? She told you she was clean. Don't tell me one of your clients actually lied to you.
May not matter anyway. Delgado's building a case to get her jail time on the credit card charge.
Keep her away from temptation, right?
Delgado's jumping on the backlash bandwagon. He asked for the test for the protection of the preborn child.
Preborn? There's a legal nightmare.
A man would never get jail time for this.
A man can't get pregnant. Taking drugs is bad enough. But forcing them on a baby who's got no choice, I got no sympathy for that.
Now, well, what do you have sympathy for, Kovac?
My head. Especially after listening to lawyers all day. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Some days are better than others, huh?
No kidding.
Look, you want to go for a drink?
I can't. I'm meeting my sister. But thanks, anyway.
Oh, this ended up on my desk. Donovan called. Take care, Rosie.
I've finished the Stanford application. I think I'll write to Harvard tomorrow.
Why would you do that?
It is one of the top 5 law schools in the country.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
2 for Morrison, please.
Yes. It'll be just a minute.
Thanks. It's a nice place. I hope Janet Metzger's right about the food. She swears to Mother and me it's great.
Doreen, why don't you apply someplace closer to home? USC's got a great law school. It's only 15 minutes from your house.
I know, I probably will. I just want to see the look on Todd's face when I tell him I got into Harvard.
You haven't told him you've taken the boards yet?
Yeah. I thought he was going to go crazy, but you know what? He was proud of me. How do you like that?
Good for him.
Yeah.
Rosie, look.
I don't think I have relatives in Secaucus.
Oh, I've never been to Secaucus. I know.
Mother.
Well, surprise.
I guess you took Janet's recommendation, too. How are you?
Surprised. Frank, these are my daughters.
Yeah. Okay. Doreen, Elizabeth, Fiona Rose. Am I right? You should hear the way your mother raves about you two.
I'd like you to meet Frank Martirosian.
Hi.
How do you do?
How are you? You know, you girls, you're even more gorgeous than your pictures.
You've seen our pictures?
Well, how could I miss them? They're all over the house.
Now, I'm sure that I've mentioned Frank to you before.
I don't think so.
Neiman Marcus? The shoe department?
Oh.
Of course.
I see you wearing the Barbieri's. You like them?
Very much.
Very comfortable shoe. It'll last you forever. Your mother was scared to death that they wouldn't get here for Christmas, and I said, don't worry, Frank Martirosian is a man of his word.
Well, we'd really like to join you, but we're running a little late.
Tonight is ballroom night, and I am here to tell you, there aren't too many who can mumble like your mama.
It's nice to meet you, Frank.
My pleasure. Let's do this right sometime. Let's have a real get to know you.
Let's.
Good night, darlings. Excuse me.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Your table's ready.
Mother and a shoe salesman?
They were holding hands, Doreen. And I had no idea Mother was seeing anyone, much less someone with whom she was holding hands.
Much less a shoe salesman. Well, good for her. Maybe she's not such a snob after all.
Doreen, he has been to the house.
Well, maybe she's lonely, Rosie. I mean, Dad's been dead for 6 years.
I'm sure she's lonely. But I was lonely, too, and look what happened to me. I stayed with Peter Donovan, even after I knew he was married, so... So if I can make a mistake like that, can you imagine the trouble Mother could get into?
Oh, give her a break, Rosie. She can take care of herself.
Doreen, she's already doing the mambo with this man. She never mentioned him to either one of us. Doesn't that concern you?
No. I trust her. And so should you.
Raring to go, huh?
What are you doing here?
Waiting for you. I called you at home, but you'd already left for work. You got to get over that slug, Counselor. No sense losing sleep over him.
Don't you have enough of your own problems without worrying about everybody else's?
No.
Okay. To what do I owe the sheer joy of your company?
The lab called. Luan Maguire tested clean for drugs.
Good. It's a start.
She's still a thief.
Sorry, Rosie.
She tested clean, Mac. It's time to drop this campaign and let's move on.
So we don't have the evidence for child endangerment. It still only takes 3 days for cocaine to leave your system.
Even if she was using, the child endangerment was an incredible stretch, and you know it.
Conduct injurious to the health or welfare of a child.
Hey, I know penal code, and it does not apply to Luan Maguire. What does apply is precedent regarding this crime. Credit card fraud. You and I have made probation deals with people with records far worse than hers.
She's in a bad environment, Rosie. She's got a history of drug abuse, and I have a witness who says she's still using. I'm going for time. You don't agree, let the judge decide.
What has gotten into you, Mac? You have no reason to take up any more of the court's time with this or any more of mine.
No reason?
No. Except to prove that your department has different standards for women than they do for men. Is that what you want Judge Stone to think?
Look, Rosie. My 5-year-old Marty is in public school. He should be learning the alphabet now and how to sing I've Been Working on the Railroad. But he's already losing interest because 3 kids in his class were crack babies. They're aggressive, disruptive, have no attention span. And it's not their fault, but I end up looking for a private school I can't afford with society kids I don't like just to get Marty out of that classroom. So, yeah, if I have any power to protect your client's baby, I'm going to use it.
What's your sister's name?
She won't talk to you.
She's your sister.
She won't talk to you.
Okay, any other relatives?
No.
Do you know who the baby's father is?
Yes, I know who the baby's father is.
Well?
What difference does it make?
If he will agree to provide for you...
Yeah, right.
Look, you're not making this easy on me.
Easy on you?
Luan, I don't like this any more than you do. But I'm not the one who may have to go to jail and lose her baby. So why don't you stop giving me attitude and start giving me some help here?
What do you want me to do?
Help me prove that you have a safe environment to go to.
But I don't. There are 5 people in my apartment, and all of them get high but me. I stopped when I got pregnant.
Well, you have a roommate who will testify that you're lying.
Rebecca?
Right.
She'll say anything to get back at me, Miss O'Neill. Buddy dropped her when I moved in. You don't believe her, do you? I'm telling the truth. I went through the craving and the sweats and the nights I thought my head would explode, but I did it. I got clean.
Then why did you steal the credit card?
It wasn't for drug money. I thought if I could use it and sell what I got with it, that I could find my own place to live. All I wanted to do was get out of that apartment.
You want this baby, don't you?
I want this baby.
Well, jail is no place for a baby to be born.
I know.
So you ready to help me? What's your sister's name? Is this Cheryl Victor? Yes, Mrs. Victor, my name is Rosie O'Neill. I'm with the Public Defender's Office. I'm defending your sister. Well, it's a minor theft charge, and... Well, she doesn't seem like a bad kid, Mrs. Victor. And, well, I think she's trying to clean up her act. So... Wait, look, she needs your help.
Bad blood?
Apparently. Kovacs is talking to the baby's father, but I don't think he's going to give us much ammunition either.
Well, how about a treatment center?
There are only 2 centers in the whole county that handle pregnant addicts, and the waiting list is 6 months.
She's not even using anymore.
I don't get it, Hank. 375,000 babies a year are born to drug addicts. How the hell does Elgato think by locking my client up that it's going to change anything?
The only thing worse than a DA on a mission is a DA on a misguided one.
It's very helpful.
Now, you did the same for me. Zapatas?
I may see you there. Hello, Mother. You want to have lunch?
I'll just have some club soda, please.
Make that 2.
Quaint. Interesting decor.
The owner was a bit player in over 200 westerns.
Oh.
You can trust the food. Okay. I'll admit I was thrown by seeing you last night.
With a man?
Oh, no. Well, Yes. Not that there's anything wrong with you being with a man. It just seemed as though you'd been seeing each other for some time.
About 6 weeks.
Uh-huh. But you just wanted to keep him to yourself for a while?
That's right.
I guess that's fine. When did you plan to mention him?
Look, I'm sorry that you met Frank the way you did. I didn't really think that I had an obligation to share all the details of my life with my children.
You don't, Mother.
Good. Thank you.
It's just that you haven't dated much since Dad died. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Dating isn't easy.
All right, Fiona, now you've met him. I just wasn't sure that you would understand.
Understand what?
I saw the look on your face when I told you what he does for a living.
Okay. On the surface, it's not what I would have predicted.
Neither would I. When he first asked me out to lunch, I almost said no. He's just so full of life, and he's straightforward. When he dances with me, it's very nice.
Good.
You don't care that he's a shoe salesman?
No.
Or that he lives in Van Nuys?
No, Mother. As long as he's honest and makes you happy. That's really all I care about. What?
I'm not here. Sharon, didn't you hear what I said?
I just need a minute.
I'll give it to you at 1:30 when I'm back on the clock. Thanks. You made me lose count. What?
Sorry, I have a prelim at 1:30. I just want to find out what happened with Buddy Blanchard. What are you doing?
Back exercises. I got a bum disc that doesn't care about your prelim.
Did they work?
What a charm.
Because I've been having a little back trouble myself, right here.
Oh, at your hip bone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that too. I got a perfect one for that. Like this. Just relax, nice and easy. Yeah, bend your knees. Tuck in your tush. Yeah, there you go. One.
So?
So what?
Buddy Blanchard, Luan's boyfriend. How'd it go?
He's toe jam. He's a nobody drummer in a lousy, nothing rock band.
Did he say whether he was willing to help Luan?
Nope. Get your shoulders back. Yeah. The good news is that he was too stoned to deny that he's the baby's father. I got it on tape.
Well, a lot of good that's going to do us.
Yeah, spoiled kid, too. Drives a van that costs more than I make in a year.
That's it?
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, even if he wanted to help, she's better off in jail. Feel better?
Yeah.
Yeah, another great one is knee bends. It's like this. Yeah, you only go a third of the way down. Close your eyes. It does something for your balance. 1, 2. You count.
3, 4, 5.
Hello.
Please come on in.
Fantastic house. Just great.
Oh, thank you, Frank.
You've got great taste. Just like your mother. It's one of the very first things I noticed about her. Fantastic taste. In all my years in retail, I've never seen anyone with an eye for shoes like your mother.
Frank.
Well, I mean it. I mean, I'm crazy about her, but she's too modest, don't you think?
Well, could I get you some cheese and crackers?
You didn't tell me she was a mind reader, Shar.
Why don't I bring them in and you two just kind of get acquainted?
Fine. Come on in, Frank. Have a seat.
What am I thinking? Of course. Here. One for you.
Oh.
And one for your stepdaughter.
Oh, Frank, you didn't have to do this.
It's the least that I could do. I'm crazy about your mother. I'd like us to be friends, too.
Wow.
Those are for Kim. I'm sorry I won't meet her tonight.
Oh, well, she's staying with her father. She has the flu. He has full-time help in all the cable channels.
Well, if there's any problem with the fit or the style, anything, please, you just send them right back. You got that?
Really, they're just beautiful. Thank you.
So, Rosie, how am I doing?
What do you mean?
Well, your mother and I, we've gone out 8 or 9 times now. But I know that she's worried about what you'd think of me.
Well, as long as you're straight with her and treat her well, all I care about is that she's happy.
That's all I want, too, Rosie. That your mother should be happy. I don't want anyone to think I'm in this for the money.
Money?
She didn't tell you?
No.
This is the last of your ginger ale, darling. I put it on your list.
Mother, could I just see you for a moment in the kitchen?
Think I spoke out of turn, Charlotte?
No, it's all right, Frank, really. Mother?
We'll be right back.
Excuse us.
Mother, exactly what money is Frank talking about? Well, it's nothing. Well, then why don't you just tell me? Well, Frank had some plans to open his own store. I offered to help him, that's all. Mother, you hardly know him. I would rather not discuss it right now. Well, don't you think you should have talked to me about it first? We'll talk about it later. Mother, you can't just go throwing your money around. You know nothing about your trust, your investment, certainly about him. Fiona, that's enough. We will talk about it later.
Kovac, you switched benches on me.
Color me unpredictable.
So how are you?
Stop beating around the bush, Counselor. What do you want?
I need you to do another investigation for me. It's a personal one.
You're not fooling around with another married guy, are you?
It's for my mother. She's dating a man who has his eye on her bank account.
Why don't you get her own investigator?
The suspicions are mine, not hers. I just need a little background checked on him, and of course, I will pay you.
You don't think I'd do it for nothing, do you?
No.
You see? You're not such a lousy judge of character after all.
You want to see me?
Yes. Rosie, come on in. I have some articles from the Maguire case here. Pregnancy in prison, alternative treatments for pregnant addicts.
Light morning reading.
Bleak, but good ammunition.
I hope it doesn't come down to a straight argument, Ben, because I don't know which way the judge is going to go.
Look, Delgado has a sexist agenda. Expose it. Use the statistics, the briefs, the particulars of Luan's situation, and then build a bigger issue. I mean, Roe versus Wade guarantees women the rights to abortion.
It also guarantees control over our body, no matter what.
Exactly. In the 60s, Robert Kennedy supported the Freedom Riders, but then he started to worry about the riots they spawned. So he had a meeting with Charles Sheridan, who said to him, "It is not your responsibility before God or under the law to tell us how to honor our constitutional rights. It is your job to protect us when we do."
You were born to give advice, Ben.
Well, I inherited it from my mother. My sister got to China. Service for 12.
I'll take the advice. It's not so fragile.
Okay, kid.
Mrs. Victor? Hi.
Hi.
I'm Rosie O'Neill. I'm with the Public Defender's Office. We spoke earlier.
I told you I didn't want to talk to you.
I know. Look, Mrs. Victor, I've got a judge who's sitting on your sister's case, who could lock her up and maybe even take her baby away.
Maybe that would finally knock some sense into her head.
Yeah, well, jail never did that for anybody, Mrs. Victor. Look, she's not a bad kid. Could we just go inside and talk?
Melinda's still down for a nap. I don't want to wake her up.
How old is she?
9 months.
Isn't she a little young to be riding a bicycle?
It's Gordon's. He's 6. Brenda is 3. Do you have kids?
My sister has 3 children. I have a stepdaughter who lives with me. She's 16. Brace yourself.
I don't even want to think about it.
You helped raise Luan, didn't you?
Just about. Our father took off when I was 15 and Luan was 4. Mom took a job as a seamstress and moved us out here.
Is that when she died?
Yeah, 6 years ago. I just had Gordon and Luan started to get really wild. Dropped out of school, hung out at rock clubs all night. I just couldn't handle her.
Was she doing drugs then?
Yeah, Buddy got her started. He took off when she got busted. She went into treatment and did well for a while, but then he showed up again. She was really out of control this time. I came home one day and found Brenda on the floor chewing on a crack vial. I had to kick her out. My kids come first.
I understand. Look, it's your choice, Cheryl. I think she's trying to grow up. And as it stands now, you're the only hope she has.
What would I have to do?
Agree to supervise her, at least until the baby's born. You're obviously a responsible woman, your family, and I think that the court would approve of you.
I don't know.
Did you take my card? The hearing is at 4:30 the day after tomorrow. Could you call me before then?
I have to talk to my husband.
All right.
You know, I've tried to be a good sister, Miss O'Neill, but Luan makes it hard. Is your sister hard?
No. I'm the difficult one. Thanks. Call it. Heads.
Tails, you call her.
2 out of 3.
Rosie.
All right.
All right. She's going to be so disappointed.
Well, thanks, Doreen. That makes it a lot easier. Hello, Mother? It's Fiona. How are you? Good. I'm fine, too. Look, Mother, I found out something today about Frank. Yes, he seems to be a very decent man, Mother. But Doreen and I are concerned that you're thinking about giving him some money. Investing, whatever. It turns out that he tried to go into business for himself once before, Mother, and he went bankrupt very quickly. Because we had an investigator check it out. Maybe I was interfering, Mother, but I did it for you. Yes, it's your money, but that's no reason for you to be throwing it away on some fortune hunter. Look, Dad set up the trust very carefully. Mother, would you listen to me? He is taking advantage of you. You are alone, you're vulnerable, and you don't know what you're doing. No, I am not insulting you. I'm just trying to keep you from getting hurt. Hold on. Mother? I think she took it very well. We see thousands of cases like this every year, Your Honor. First offense, plea bargain, and that's the end of it. Were Luan Maguire not pregnant, were she male, That would be the end of it. But Mr. Delgado, but the district attorney asked that you incarcerate her for the protection of her fetus. And then, when she gives birth, send the baby into the foster care system. Now, what would that decision say? That she's nothing more than a vessel for her fetus? A vessel without rights of her own? In becoming pregnant, Luan Maguire did not waive her constitutional rights, which include sovereignty over her own body. For better or for worse.
Don't stop on my account.
What is it, Kovac? I've got to finish this.
Report on Monaster. You said pronto.
Thank you.
You're really worked up on this Maguire kid, aren't you?
Your sister turned me down. Now all I can do is argue and hope that the judge hasn't made a decision against her.
She's not exactly a model citizen, counselor. Maybe the baby would be better off in foster care.
Oh, right, Kovac. Mr. Perfect. Never made a mistake in your life, right? Except, oh, maybe that one tiny arrest for bashing in a few windows and breaking down a door when you were stinking drunk. Now, they didn't try and take your children away from you for doing that, did they? No, I got you probation, and that was the end of it.
I brought it up.
Wait a minute. You never see your children or your grandson, and I see how it tears you apart. Well, think how it would feel to be their mother and be so desperate to find a decent place for them to live that you steal a credit card and you're caught at it. Do you think you deserve to have your children taken away from you for that? Does that sound fair to you, Kovac? Does it?
I'm not free for lunch, in case you were going to invite me.
What am I supposed to say?
Just what you said to me. That you're serious about this pregnancy, that you made some mistakes, but you know it, that you're going to use this probation time to prove that you will not make any more.
My sister didn't buy that.
Well, I think she would have helped you if she could, but after she talked to her husband...
I get it. I almost killed the baby. I wouldn't trust me either. Face it, Miss O'Neill, I'm a screw-up and they're going to make me pay.
Look, Luan, I believe in you. You kicked the drug habit to protect your baby. I think you deserve probation.
Does it matter what you think?
It matters what the judge thinks.
She's really going to give me a break, huh?
Look, I can't promise you that. But I can promise you, if you don't believe in yourself, you don't have a chance. Now, come on, we've got to rehearse your statement. I assure you the prosecutor is rehearsing his.
There are hundreds of thousands of babies born every year to mothers who use drugs, Your Honor. The babies face the risk of prenatal stroke, brain damage, malformations, and a range of developmental problems. The economic and social expense these children cause is enormous. The defendant, Miss Maguire, has a history of drug addiction, and she continues to live in an unsuitable environment. Given these circumstances, the people don't believe she's a good candidate for probation. We ask that she be sentenced to a year in county jail and that the custody of the child be determined at a separate hearing after its birth.
Ms. O'Neill.
Sorry, Your Honor. Seems to be an emergency. Excuse me.
What? Calm down. I got a surprise for you. Couple of guests. Nice people. You want to guess who they are?
Kovac?
The Blanchards. Drummer boy's folks. The grandparents of your client's love child. I knew that creep couldn't afford that van on his own.
And?
Get with the program, counselor. I'm not the only one around here who cares what happens to his grandchild.
Ms. O'Neill.
Your Honor?
Congratulations, Rosie. A happy ending.
That's one in a row.
Apparently they got plenty of room, plenty of money, and no interest in seeing their grandchild disappear into the foster care system. All Luan has to do is stay clean.
As long as she realizes how lucky she is. I mean, it's not every family that would take in a stranger into their home, even if she is pregnant with their grandchild.
A toast to Kovac.
You got it.
Come on, Hank, he came through.
All right, all right. But if he finds out I did this, I'll know where it came.
Rosie.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Mother. I won't keep you. This will just take a minute. I want to set this record straight, face to face.
Mother, I would have told you in person, but I thought you'd want to know right away.
That you don't trust me.
It's not you I don't trust.
That you feel that I need to justify my actions to you.
Not justify them.
You hired an investigator to second-guess my decision. Do you have any idea how that feels?
Mother, I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings.
Oh, no. Just trying to protect me. As if I'm completely helpless when it comes to money.
Mother, investments are complicated and you are vulnerable. Yes, I was trying to protect you because I care about you.
Oh, I don't doubt that. But I'm deeply upset about your opinion of me.
It's my opinion of Frank, not you.
Now, let me tell you something. Frank isn't a gigolo. And he's not after my money. And it may not have occurred to you, but I am perfectly capable of making a responsible financial decision.
Well, I'm sorry, Mother, but I don't call investing in a shoe store with someone with a lousy track record making a responsible decision.
For your information, Frank is only one of 4 partners in a buyout. I had 2 investment firms look into it, and both of them recommended it as a good conservative investment. I'm hardly an ardent feminist, darling, but I'm not a fool. And I do know how to look out for myself. Now, do you understand that?
I understand that you found someone with whom to go dancing, and that's fine. I do not understand you're risking your money on this man. I don't care what your financial advisors tell you.
I think you're jealous.
Jealous? Of what?
Because I'm having a good time. And because Frank isn't married.
How did you know?
I saw Mr. Donovan at the music center with his wife. But I always knew there was something wrong. It was all over your face.
Why didn't you speak?
Because I respect you, sweetheart. As an adult, who's capable of making your own choices and realizing your own mistakes. I think I deserve that same respect from you.
I'm sorry, Mother.
Thank you. Please apologize to your friends for the interruption.
And the wisest man in the world looks at him and he says, life is a fountain. So the guy thinks about it. And he loses it. Wait a minute. Says, I left my home, my family, my job, and traveled by foot through deserts and jungles and blizzards, and then had to wait 4 more months to wait to ask you the true meaning of life, and you tell me life is a fountain? And the wise man says, life isn't a fountain. I don't know why I can't get that story out of my mind.
Why do you think?
I don't think life is a fountain. Do you think life is a fountain?
Sometimes, but that's just me.
I don't know. Look, it's not the guy who went to all the trouble who gets to me. It's the wisest man in the world who was so sure life was a fountain. Until now. It's scary. It seems like the more I learn, the less I know. I thought I knew my mother. Frugal, cautious, class-conscious to a fault. And now there's Frank. Thought I knew my sister, the happy housewife. She's applying to law school. I thought I knew myself. But look what I did with Peter Donovan. I betrayed my principles. I humiliated myself. And I can't stop thinking about him. And I'm just starting to think that I don't know anything.
How does that make you feel?
Alone and confused, Like I'm starting from scratch. Is that a good place to start?
Yes.
Okay. Let's get started.